In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know.
Hola, Bom Dia ALEGRIA. Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, the podcast, and the Portugal Club. Join us and celebrate our love of Portugal over at the Portugal Club. GMP VIP, lots of great information over there. Absolute celebration of life here in Portugal. I opened with Hola, Bom Dia ALEGRIA, as I do every day. Guess who it was who gave us that? Filomena, of course, and she joins us this morning. It's a live stream, everybody. I should have said Hola, Bom Dia ALEGRIA. Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, live stream and podcast. Here she is, joining me on the screen. Oh, Filomena.
Olá, bom dia, alegria. Bom dia de Santo António. Bom dia de Santo António.
And muito obrigado. The celebration that we have here in Sao Martinho de Porto, so the fireworks resounding across the town last night at midnight, and I've been very kindly sent a video, a little blast of fireworks. So we'll probably go out with that this morning. So much to talk about, Filomena. I saw you in Sao Martinho. You were enjoying our Santo Antonio festivities. 10 days of partying here. Did you enjoy being in our town?
Yes, of course. Yes, and I enjoyed seeing you again. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
It was great to see you. It really was. And I'm still a little bit shocked, I have to say, because there was a man singing. And let's have a listen to see a little bit of his performance. Amazing. What an incredible chap. Now, he just sauntered onto the stage. I mean, he's been doing this for years. He's a consummate professional. He's so easygoing and laid back, isn't he? And then he starts playing and the crowd starts rocking. And for some reason, Filomena, older ladies are laughing, aren't they, behind? Like, you had to translate for me. You're whispering in my ear some of the things he was singing. And I'm still shocked. I'm still red. Naughty man. He's like a Benny Hill.
Very naughty, very, very naughty. Even this song that we have just heard, oh my goodness, it's very, very naughty. Yes,
I was shocked.
I'm not going to translate it now.
Well, you were telling me things in my ear.
Yeah.
He sings
and you would go, oh my God.
Goodness. And then I'm looking around and there's an old lady behind us going, So check him out. A fun way to learn Portuguese. Maria, I want to smell your bacalhau. One of his tunes, is it
yes, that was one of them. Yeah.
Tastes better than it smells good, but it tastes even better. I think he's talking about bacalhau brush, of course.
Yes, of course. The
recipe. Good morning to you, Jackie. I think you love it.
Don't forget that before Kim Barreiros, we have also watched the Portugal against Spain.
I mean, that was a moment as well, wasn't it? When that we went to penalties, and it was.
Oh my God! Even Cristiano Ronaldo didn't want to watch the penalties.
Sorry, I'm interrupting myself with myself. I'm trying to find Cristiano Ronaldo's. Well, we saw a little bit of him because he'd been taken off by that point, hadn't he? It'd been rested.
Yeah.
But sorry, what were you saying? Even he was.
He didn't want to watch the penalties. He was hiding behind a colleague of another player, and he
Yes.
didn't watch the final penalty. He didn't want to.
Yeah, yeah,
He was so nervous.
and what a lovely moment for him. He was
Yeah.
as usual. He was in pieces, wasn't he? By the end of it, and I can imagine, with the
Yeah. He
tension.
cried. He cried a lot. He
Yeah,
cried.
yeah, indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. So that was superb. I think I've got that final moment now. I made a little short of it. Yeah, there's been so much going on. So here's another little bit. We've got lots to talk about today. We are talking about Santos Populares, although it's not quite pronounced like that.
Also marches
Marches
populares. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll find out what's going on over your way. Talk to some of the people who are involved in your celebrations, which I believe are. Is it tonight or tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, but the party starts tonight. The party starts today, and then it goes on until tomorrow.
All right, and we must talk about, because it's Friday the 13th here in Portugal, we must talk about Montalegre, not Porto Alegre, which is where I sent everybody. All right, let's just enjoy those last few moments. I mean, they were tense, and when we went to the cafe in the morning, that Portuguese fan, it was like he said, it's the worst way to win ever. His nerves were shredded, weren't they? And it was because of this tension here.
Come on. Yes! Yes!
Amazing. Parabéns. Incredible! Wow, what brilliant timing! We were into the first weekend of our celebrations here, and then the Spain Portugal game, because
we had a good time. Yeah,
it was superb. It was really great to see you in the town here. Great to be introduced properly to King Barreiros. I had heard of him, but to find out more about his work and incredible entertainment.
You had never had such a good translation of his lyrics.
No, and I want to know more. I think it's a great. I'm going to make. I already made one video talking about him. I'm going to make another one about him, because I think it's a fun way to learn Portuguese as well. Anna's here as well. Bom Dia ALEGRIA from Stockholm. Nice to see you live again. I think we're going to do live Fridays, and Jackie's here. Also excited by the fact that she's caught us live this morning. Great to see you, Jackie. Right, so let's do the Friday the 13th thing. Because in Montalegre, they have a very special celebration, which you alerted us about some time ago, I think. If not for you, we wouldn't know about this. What happens?
A couple of years ago, probably.
Yeah, what happens at Montalegre? I mean, it's like Halloween for Portugal, isn't it? But in June.
It is. Well, every time we have a Friday the 13th, no matter what the month is. So today is another day of big celebration in Montalegre, and the party always starts at 13 and 13. So 13 hours, 13 minutes. The party starts on the 13th of whatever month. Yes, Sexta 13. Yes, Friday the 13th. So it's a celebration because, of course, usually people associate with bad luck, right? Friday the 13th, bad luck.
Yes.
But it's to fight that feeling of bad luck. And so we celebrate in Montalegre, and, even with witches and with everything that could be evil and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's to fight that.
The dark side, and God knows we need to do that at the moment. Absolutely.
To be, Bom Dia ALEGRIA. It's a Bom Dia ALEGRIA. It's a boa noite. So it's a celebration of life, essentially, a celebration of life.
Yeah, and overcoming darkness. Now, as you said there, just to reiterate, So what they look at the calendar for the year ahead, and
Yeah.
whenever the Friday the 13th falls, that's when they have their celebration there.
Yes, yes. So, for example, the next one, let's see.
What if there's two? Do you ever get two Friday the 13th in one year? I wonder.
Yeah, sometimes two.
Do they have two parties, or they just pick one of them?
No, they have the next one will be February. Friday.
Excellent. Okay. You won't have
Um,
to wait a year.
So now they every Friday the 13th, every time
Incredible.
there is a Friday the 13th, there is a party in Montalegre, a big party.
Very,
And
very
so
good.
and then fireworks at midnight as well, a very big show, and lots of music. Actually, there will be one in February and one in March.
Seriously, and they'll do.
Yeah.
They'll have parties for both. They're
Oh
incredible.
yes, I'm
aren't
sure they will. I'm sure they
Right.
will. They do it every Friday the 13th.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, I want to give you more details. I'm going to send you to give you the link for the municipal site, which I think is probably a good a place to start as any. Finding out more about that. So that link is going in, as you can see, Câmara Municipal. It's all the same across Portugal. Every place has its Câmara Municipal website, and that's where you can find out more about the Friday the 13th celebration. What a great idea. What a fantastic tradition. And that probably goes back a few years, doesn't it?
Oh yes. It's a few years now. I can't remember how many, but yes, a few years now. I've been there as well, and I loved
Of course you have.
it.
Amazing. Lee's here as well, and Jackie. It's fab to see our beautiful Filomena. But
Oh, obrigada.
oh, okay, yeah, I neglected to do that. Let me just
Filomena
see.
Friday. Okay.
Okay, let's make sure we do that for Jackie.
Filomena Friday.
I need to learn the language to put me at ease.
Filomena Friday.
It's gonna take time learning Portuguese.
Filomena Friday.
I get it confused nearly every day.
Filomena Friday.
How do I know which verb is okay?
Filomena Friday.
Practice those words so loud and clear.
Filomena
All together now?
Friday.
On a
Filomena
Filomena
Friday.
Friday, it's a day of cheers.
Filomena Friday.
tripsforbrits@gmail.com.
Thank you very much, Owen. Excellent. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jackie. There was something missing, and we have done that now. And of course, Owen alluding there to the fact that Filomena helps us once a month with our language and culture awareness, our education here, guardians of our Portuguese, or you're the guardian of our Portuguese education here, Filomena. And first mistake to own on my. Should we do a spot the difference? We've got this, haven't we? And we've got this. if I toggle between the two, which of those is correct? And I think you might forgive me. Santos Populares is how it's pronounced, right? Santos Populares.
Santos Populares.
Yeah. And I'm hearing that as an A. It is, of course, an O, and that is our quiz question over on my Munson memo at the Portugal Club this morning. It is with an O, of course, and thank you for pointing that out to me.
But
Otherwise,
Filomena is also a saint, Santa Filomena. Right. So okay,
yes. It wasn't a special sort of equal ops celebration this year of the lady saints, was it? Do we have female saint celebrations here in Portugal? Is it mainly?
We do. We do. For example, in Coimbra, Rainha Santa Isabel. Yes. Rainha Santa Isabel.
But she'll have her own special celebration at a different time of year, presumably.
In July, yeah.
July? Okay. All right.
Yep. 4th of July.
You say that like I should know that, and I will
will
pretend I did.
No, I was just checking if I had understood the question, but yeah, it's in July.
Okay, all right, and of course, Lisbon partying
now.
Sant Antonio right now. You'll be doing your festivities. Your town saint is Sebastian, isn't it? As I recall.
Yes, but we celebrate every saint.
All right, and San João is happening on the 24th, I believe, in Porto. So that's going to be an amazing celebration.
In Porto and in many other places. In Lausanne, also here near us.
In Lausanne, do they also have the plastic hammers?
No, that's
Okay, so
Porto. That's Porto. Yeah.
It's a Porto thing. It's people with plastic hammers. Right. So let's talk more then about the Miranda Do Corvo. And of course, if you've got any questions about Portuguese language or culture, stick them in the chat. We are live. We're here this morning with Filomena. So pop your questions into the chat. Amazing to have Anna joining us from Stockholm this morning. If you want to learn some Swedish, perhaps she can help us with that too. Right, so I think it's probably a good time to play the videos that you sent me, because we have a Gumper friend, Karen, who got involved with this, I think, last year and loved it so much she's back again, right?
Karen wasn't involved last year.
Wasn't? I thought she was.
No, because she, Annie was. Annie.
Oh, okay.
Annie was involved. Karen, no, not last year. But she was... last year our group didn't do the marches last year. We did it 2 years ago, and Karen was not here yet. But at the moment we have nine foreigners in our group. So they are, okay, let me think. They are Ben is helping with the decorations. We have very beautiful decorations. Then we have Karen, Deborah, Jessica, Martin, Joshua, Mac is,
of course, the legendary
Mac is there for a long time. And who else? And I'm forgetting someone. Oh God!
Don't worry. I'm sure it'll come back to you. And why is that, do you think? I mean, obviously some people want to immerse themselves, and it's a great way of doing that, but so many foreigners.
For example, Mac loves it. Mac is always looking forward to starting the practices. We usually start about February. Usually in February we start. And so he's always asking, when are we starting? When are we starting? And Annie has done it before. She loved it. Martin, for example, has done it before and he loved it. And now he also brought his wife, Jessica, because the last time she had some problems in her knee, and now she's fine. And for example, the last time we also had Henk, a Dutch man that lives here, but this year he is also waiting for a surgery to his knee, so he couldn't do it. But so they like it, and they like it so much that they also invite other friends to join, and so that's why I have interviewed them. A few of them.
We will hear those interviews now. Trying to come through there is I've got a little clip from last time, and we can find out why Mac loves being involved. He gets to dance with pretty girls every year, doesn't he? I think that's.
Well, thank you. I'm his partner this year.
Now, isn't that amazing, Filomena? That's your town square. It could be Lisbon, couldn't it? It could be Rio almost. It's incredible. It's it's not a massive town, isn't it? But you make it look like it's one of the party hotspots of the world there in Miranda Do Corvo. Everyone's dressed up, the music's playing, and people who've been practicing these wonderful routines get the chance to shine. And among them, as you say, I think 11 foreigners there.
9 at the moment. 9, yeah.
Amazing, absolutely incredible.
And 9 in 48. In a group of 48, we have 9.
Amazing. Yep, that's incredible. That's some proper integration going on right there, isn't it? And a lovely way to do so. Let's find out then from Karen what her particular interest
Karen and Deborah.
Karen and Deborah right here.
Hello, Karen and Deborah. Can you tell us what's your experience in this year's marches in Miranda do Corvo, please?
Well, this year's marches have definitely been an experience. It's been great as far as being able to mix in the community and learn different things and meet people that we live near but wouldn't otherwise interact with. It's been a lot of work, but in a good way. What do you think?
Absolutely. We've just been welcomed with open arms. The people here are so friendly and so nice, and they've really helped us to integrate with the community. I couldn't have thought of a better way to be part of the Portuguese traditions and to really embrace the culture here.
So would you recommend this to other expats?
Definitely.
100%. 100%.
Yes.
It's so much fun, and you're going to get such a great experience doing this.
Okay, thank you very much. Have fun.
Thank you.
Karen and Deborah there. You're such a good reporter, Filomena. Look at you.
And we have 3 nationalities at the moment there. So we have Americans, like Karen from the US, and we have British, of course, because Miranda has always been British. So lots of British, and also South African, Bucks from South Africa.
Incredible. They're having a great time of it, aren't they? And we've got another clip. So who else is talking here? We've got
To
another
Portuguese,
couple.
because to also to know Portuguese opinion, a Portuguese opinion.
POV, a PT POV, right
And
here.
they are brother and sister. They are a young couple in the parade. And they are not the youngest though, but they are one of the young pairs, partners in the parade, and they are brother and sister, Manuel and Gabriela. She is a dentist, by the way. She looks very, very young. She's young, but
It's scary, isn't it? You're sat in a chair and somebody who looks 12 comes out to do your teeth for you. I mean, that's a compliment on her youthful good looks.
And so and they are very, very nice. And I also wanted to hear their opinion about the participation of so many foreigners in the group, and their own experience as young people in a tradition as old as Marchas Populares.
Look, watch out, RTP and CNN. Filomena is a news hound. This is amazing. She comes again.
So, Gabriela and Manuel, we have quite a number of foreigners in our Marcha in Miranda do Corvo. What do you think about that experience with them?
Well, it's really, really great. Very happy for us to, as people from here, from Miranda, to see that other people can come and enjoy our traditions, our dance here. It's quite something like a dance, and it's very nice because they bring some energy, very positive energy to the march. Yeah.
We can see that they are very, very into this, so it's very good for us.
Yeah.
So, Gabriela, you are a young girl. So, what do you feel about keeping the tradition?
Oh, I think it's very important. So here in Casa do Povo, we always try to do the marches each year, now in June. And I think it's very important that we have some older people, younger people, and it's really important to keep us all together like this in these traditions.
Okay, thank you very much. Enjoy yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Filomena Pascoal reporting there.
Directly from Miranda do Corvo.
And joining us live this morning. Yes, we're live, everybody. It's a live stream. Get your questions in about the Portuguese language and culture. Absolutely brilliant. So welcoming. So it's such a lovely sentiment to be safeguarding and celebrating the traditions, as she said there. Casa do Povo, what is that? The sort of kind of the people's village hall? Is that what she's talking about?
Yes, it's a bit like that. It's Casa do Povo. It's a place where, well, a sports pavilion, because as you have seen, there was a
basketball
background, a background sound. So
Yes.
sports pavilion. Also cultural events, like a choir, for example, or there used to be also dancing classes and gymnastics and judo, and different sports. And it's also, as Gabriela said, it's also a very good way to keep several generations together, as usual. In Portugal, as you know, in Portugal, everyone participates in the events from the little ones to the oldest ones. And so this is also the case in Casa do Povo. Everyone participates, and we have people of all ages in the group.
We had our Dia das Crianças, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago?
The 1st of June.
It's always the 1st of June.
Always the 1st of June, yes.
Okay. And it really was like Dia das Famílias, because when I saw people out and about, it was family life. 3 generations, possibly 4, of people celebrating the kids, but the whole family was there doing it. It was really nice to see that. Am I right with my spelling here? Is that right, Casa do Povo?
You are absolutely.
Okay.
Muito bem, Carlitos.
Muito obrigado. However, not to be confused with this.
No.
Casa do Povo would be a restaurant, wouldn't it?
That would be the octopus house.
Easy mistake to make. Okay, wonderful. So you've been worked hard as well. I mean, if
very
anyone's
hard
looking into this, they do need to know, don't they? It requires quite a lot of dedication, and you've got quite an exacting dance teacher choreographer. So how's it all going? And are you ready for Saturday night?
Well,
pretty easy, ever be.
Yeah, we are practicing tonight again, and we are practicing tomorrow again, and then we'll start at 9 p.m. I've sent you the poster as well. I don't know if you can find it now, but I've sent you the poster for our Marchas Populares. So it starts today, as I said, and Praça da Feira da Sardinha. It's a square that we have here near the center, near this square, because behind me you have the main square, and then right next to it there is a smaller square that used to be where the sardine was sold. When I was a child, I still remember when I was a child, I used to go there with my mom to buy fish. So it was a Feira da Sardinha. And in that little square, we are having the arraial popular com sardinhada e petiscos. So arraial is a word that we use now in June for the celebration. Popular, it doesn't mean popular. It means from the people.
Okay.
And so arraial is that getting together to eat something and drink. So that is the arraial. And sardinhada, because it's grilling sardines, and petiscos, snacks, other snacks for people who eventually don't like sardine.
Like sardines? You've got to pretend at least.
Some foreigners. Some foreigners. But you really have to learn how to eat a grilled sardine.
With one hand, because you've got a drink in the other hand.
And usually on a piece of bread, right? You put a slice of bread, and then you put the sardine on it, and then you have to take the fillet out of the sardine, not squeezing the sardine, but gently taking the fillet out, and then you turn the sardine, and then you take the other fillet, and then the bone in the middle stays untouched. So
although some of the old guys, they eat the whole thing, don't they?
Well, I hear saying that, but I have never seen someone eating the whole thing. But maybe if you want to be tough, I'm tough, I'm going to eat everything.
Yes.
Then the entertainment is from Lausanne, Escola de Concertinistas de Lausanne, with a concertina, right? And then the DJs, DJ One Wave and DJ Tello. Then tomorrow, we start at 5 o'clock, abertura das tasquinhas. Tasquinhas are the little stalls with food and drink, that you can buy some food and drink from. And at 7 o'clock, atuação de Augusto Canário. That's another. That's the picture of him there, Augusto Canário. So a singer also from the north of Portugal.
What would atuação mean? What's that mean?
Performance.
Okay.
Atuação. Yeah.
Okay,
It comes from act, right? You act. So atuação.
The actualization, almost. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the performance. And then at 9 o'clock, início do desfile das marchas Alameda das Moitas. So it starts in a street called Alameda das Moitas, but then it comes to the square as well. And then midnight, it's a good time to start DJ Piston.
Yes.
And
But that's when you're up, isn't it? 2100. That will be the marches coming through the town.
Yeah. And the marches at the bottom of the you can't see it, but I can read it for you. Marches participants. So the participant march groups are the primary school from Lamas, so the children from primary school. Then Solar de Change, which is an elderly home. So as you can see, as I said, children, elderly people, everyone participates. And then Casa Recreativa de Semide. Semide is another part of Miranda do Corvo. Freguesia de Vila Nova. Vila Nova, also another village of Miranda do Corvo. Val de Açor, another village of Miranda do Corvo. And then Casa do Povo de Miranda do Corvo.
Of course, there you go.
And the guests, convidados, 2 guests from Lisbon, Penha de França from Lisbon, and Castelo from Lisbon. So 2 marches from Lisbon that have performed last night in Lisbon, in Avenida da Liberdade. They have performed last night, and they are going to perform here. So if you haven't seen the marches in Lisbon, you can still see 2 of them here in Miranda tomorrow.
And that's very special, isn't it? That's where you have the couples processing as well through the streets, right? Who get a chance of having a wedding. The wedding gift by the city.
Yes, the weddings were yesterday in Lisbon. Yes,
amazing tradition that is as well. What an incredible time to be in Portugal. So Santos Populares, and here in Miranda do Corvo especially, with our VIP Agosto Canario and Filomena Pascoal as well, performing there tomorrow evening. Before we lose the poster, I see Manjerico, the
Manjerico.
Okay, that's a special part of this of the celebrations festivities. People gift basil flowers to each other, don't they, or plants?
Yes. It can symbolize friendship, love. It's something that you give either to your girlfriend or to just a friend as a symbol of friendship. Yeah.
Very nice.
And usually, sorry to interrupt. And usually with a small, we call it quadra, 4 verses, 4 lines, rhyming, that wish, good luck, or to celebrate our friendship or our love and things like that.
Roses are red, violets are blue. All smells great on a tomato or 2.
That's the kind of rhyme that, yes.
Right. Question from Jackie. Before we move on, because we're going to come back to the Silver Coast, because you've been touring over this way and you found some amazing places. Saint Filomena, actually. What's the best part of Miranda do Corvo to visit? Well, tomorrow night it will be the town square, won't it? And this evening.
Tomorrow, yeah. Today and tomorrow it will be the town square.
Yes.
But you have, for example, something that you can't find anywhere else in Portugal, which is templo ecumenical temple. It's a pyramid that we have here. So you can visit that pyramid that is a temple for every religion and no religion at all. So it's a temple that you can visit for your, let's say, inner meditation and relaxation. Yes, that's something that you can't find anywhere else.
How did that come about? Is that something to do with a particular organization in Miranda that started that?
Yes, the ADFP Foundation now, Fundação ADFP, Assistência, Desenvolvimento e Formação Profissional. So it's an institution that deals with handicapped, for example, physical, mentally handicapped people, and also single mothers. And yes, that's it, the pyramid.
That's amazing. A pyramid of ecumenical worship. Incredible.
Yes. So that is one of a kind to visit in Miranda do Corvo. And then you also have a zoo that is also part of this ADFP. But you
A
also have a
zoo?
monastery. Sorry.
A zoo,
zoo.
did you say?
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course.
Parque biológico. Parque biológico. It's near the pyramid, more or less. You can walk from the zoo to the pyramid.
Incredible. Right,
Up the
okay.
mountain. Up the mountain. The pyramid is at the top of the mountain with great view.
Well, Jackie's got a great answer to her question then, hasn't she, there? Definitely visiting the temple. The structure looks amazing. And a zoo as well there. Filomena, I was talking to somebody the other day about the Jardim Zoológico in Lisbon, of course.
Yeah.
And I came up with a phrase. You know, sometimes when animals are looking a bit sad in the cages, is that Zoodad? Is that it just looks
Yeah, it can be Zoodad. Yeah.
okay, Zoodad, right in there. Is it a good idea to gift basil plants in Portugal at this time of year? Yeah, but are the rest
yes.
of the rest of the year, would it be a bit odd if you took a basil plant?
No, but I think that the rest of the year, I don't know if the plant grows the rest of the year. My plants that I buy now in June, they usually start dying in 2 months or so.
They get a bit leggy, don't they? And they're quite sensitive. Basil can be quite sensitive.
They are very, very sensitive. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
If you look at it the wrong way.
There is this idea that you can't smell it directly with your nose because the plant will die. So you
Yes.
have to pat it, with your hand, and then smell your hand, but not directly.
Imagine though, being a basil plant at this time of year, and a great big face comes to you, and it smells of sardines and red wine. It's like, I'm dying. That's why.
Yeah.
Why. Okay.
So
Right. Okay, there you go. So Miranda Do Corvo, the place to be tonight and tomorrow and other times of the year for such wonders like this. Incredible, Filomena.
and I would like to add that we also have a monastery. Okay.
You do?
Mosteiro de Santa Maria de Smide.
Okay.
So there is this beautiful monastery that if you it's not open to the public every day, but if you speak to me, for example, I can manage to have a guided tour for you.
Amazing. Right. Okay. What an incredible show this is turning out to be. And talking of monasteries, you've got a couple over Alcobaça way. And I think probably a great introduction to Alcobaça is singing. Okay, so you might walk through Alcobaça and hear beautiful operatic singing.
Fantastic.
So he happened to be there when you were walking through, did he?
Yeah, he was there. Yeah.
How wonderful! Right now, I'm trying to find this now. I can't see where I've put it. So let me just save it one more time. So if you could describe the scene to us, you're just going about your business, walking through Alcobaça.
Yeah, and there he was.
There he was. Okay, and this chap is quite famous, isn't he? Because he has been on a notable TV show, I think, in Portugal.
I'm not sure, but that he's good. Yes, he's very good. He's
okay,
very
let's have a listen now and decide for yourself here.
My granddaughter.
Yes. Quite taken aback there. Amazing. And you would, it's just so incredible, isn't it, to be walking through Alcobaça and to hear, I think it's Joao, isn't it, hear him singing. And incredible.
And
Contralto.
he's amazing. He's amazing.
He really is incredible. And yeah, that's just so arresting. Goosebumps.
And this was just outside the Opera Cafe, and
Yeah.
with the arches there, the sound was magnificent.
Yes, of course, in that sort of little cloistered alleyway through there.
Yes.
And you can eat in the cafe that Joao runs with his partner there. So you can get a coffee and a lovely bit of cake, beautiful setting. And then all the rest of Alcobaça, which we'll have a look at now. So you've had a nice time wandering about Alcobaça, Aljubarrota. Tell us about that.
Oh, yes. The only thing that didn't go so well was that they were on strike in Alcobaça.
What? How do you mean?
There is a strike going on until the end of the year, they say. Every holiday, because on Tuesday, it was the Day of Portugal. And so, the staff from the museums and, for example, the monastery of Jerónimos in Lisbon, they are having a strike every holiday. They have a strike, so we couldn't go in the monastery, although we had been before, but we would like to see it again. But we couldn't because there was a strike. But apart from that, yeah, we had a lovely lunch there, and then we moved on to Aljubarrota. Aqui se afirmou Portugal. And the people who were with us in Batalha, in the meetup of Expats Portugal in Batalha, we know the Battle of Aljubarrota, because we have spoken about the battle between the Portuguese and the Castilian, the Spanish. And we won that battle because of the British help as well.
A little bit of help from the Brits. Yeah, absolutely.
And that was in 1385.
And that's like Aljubarrota. It's here where Portugal established itself.
Yes. Aqui se afirmou Portugal.
Yes. Now, sorry if I've got the order of these wrong, but if we talk through them. So this is another monastery, isn't it, that you discovered?
This is another amazing Portuguese monastery that is hidden, let's say, because it's also closed. It's a bit like our monastery here in Miranda. It's closed. But I was lucky to find a man with a key.
As you do.
So he opened the monastery for us to see, and it was amazing. The Mosteiro de Cós.
Okay. So
near Alcobaça. It's also near Alcobaça, near Aljubarrota, in that area.
Yes. And it's all about the monastery at Alcobaça, which is very famous. But there's Cós as well, which is just down the road here, that people don't necessarily know about, and you have to find a man with a key. And that's another interior of the place.
Yeah, this is the choir area. It's the back, let's say, the back of the church. But the ceiling, the wooden ceiling, all the paintings, and the tiles, of course, the old tiles that I'm sure they are quite old, like our tiles here in Miranda in the monastery. They are 17th century tiles. So, it's an amazing piece of art.
And those panels on the roof, they look incredible too.
Yeah, the panels are incredible because each panel has a different picture, and they are just incredible.
Yeah, superb. Cós, C-O-Z, right? To find this.
C-O-Z, yeah.
Yeah, incredible.
And that's the outside.
Okay, all right. So you might be thinking it's a little bit of a ruin, but within there's the most incredible relics and in decor to be seen inside. Yeah, I see what you mean here. Yeah, okay, that's interesting.
Unfortunately, it's like this, but it's worth visiting. The inside is amazing.
Wonderful. Okay, Jackie telling us that she enjoyed visiting Santa Clara. That's Coimbra, of course, I think. Got to sing in the choir room, which was heard in the church. Oh, that was you, was it, Jackie? That was reported about in the Portuguese news. Yeah. Amazing. So suffice to say, you've had a fabulous time visiting the Silver Coast, Aljubarrota, Alcobaça, Cós there. a little bit of time in Sao Martinho do Porto, where we will be concluding our celebrations tomorrow evening. We had the fireworks for Santo Antonio last night, and there's a big party tonight, I think, and tomorrow evening.
Of course.
Yeah,
The party
amazing
goes
stuff.
on.
It does, doesn't it? And on until the end of the month, pretty much. Certainly in Porto, 24th. So there'll be celebrations happening all
The
over.
23rd, because the 24th is St. John's Day, but the celebration are on the 23rd.
Gotcha. Okay.
So don't forget that. If you want to celebrate, it's always the eve, not the day.
And just again, preparation for this. It's a marvel, Portuguese people, how they start partying at the beginning of June and are still partying towards
until
the
September.
last week of. I was going to say, yes, you're right. How best for a foreigner to prepare for this? Because Portuguese people are working and going to these things. The kids are still at school. How do you do it?
Well, we just love it.
Practice.
we love it, and so we do it for pleasure. And when you do something for pleasure, it's nice to do it.
It's easy to do, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's no hard work involved. Just pure pleasure from June to September, which is never in the tourist guides, really, is it? I think it's the party capital of the world, really, in terms of how many parties there are and how long they go on for. Yeah. So a great time to pop over to Portugal and book up for a tour. We haven't talked about any tours. Are you too busy to be doing tours at the moment?
I'm too busy. But for example, I was going to say that, for example, there are lots of medieval fairs and medieval markets now. For example, in Aljubarrota, it's going to be in August, the medieval fair. And so there is something for every taste, let's say. You have so many different kinds of parties all over.
Amazing. Okay, so we're going to go out with some fireworks from Sao Martinho do Porto. But before we do that, anything you want to share? Any language tips? Any culture tips? I know you need to go and get prepared, probably, don't you? And get in the zone for your performance tomorrow evening. Have a fabulous time. A last word from you, Filomena.
We have a Portuguese shout that we usually shout when we are watching the marches populares, the parade, right? And when we like the parade, we shout, "A marcha linda!"
Okay, so the march is beautiful. The procession is beautiful.
Yeah, and actually last night we were performing. Well, not performing, but practicing. We were practicing outside Casa do Povo because we need to practice outside as well, not inside all the time. And so we were practicing, and there are some flats opposite, and we were practicing, and then when we finished, someone shouted, "A Marceline!"
Now I'm going to stick my neck.
It has to be with that tone, okay? "A Marceline!"
I'm going to do it here in San Martinho, so that people will know me as somebody who's doing his best to be part of the Portuguese culture. Have I got this right in terms of my?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I promise you, I didn't Google it. That came straight from my my trepidatious grasp.
You are an excellent learner.
Oh, thank you so much. Muito bem, Carlitos, for me there.
Muito bem.
All right, thanks so much, Filomena. Have a wonderful time this weekend. We're going to go out with a bang with the fireworks. From Sao Martinho last evening. So much fun. Enjoy your weekend. Yeah, and thanks again. I mean, the interviews you did, the photographs, the videos, everything that you've sent to us has been lovely. And I think we've managed to include everything in a very informative Filomena Friday this morning. So thanks, Filomena. And of course, just to mention, the first Thursday of every month, we're over at Expats Portugal on the webinar. And you do an amazing webinar on an aspect of Portuguese culture. The last one was visiting the farmácia, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then the next one will be places to visit in Portugal.
Wonderful. Okay. Yes, because there are one or two places to visit in Portugal.
Maybe. I will try to find some.
See what you can do. Thank you. Abraços, beijinhos. Ciao, ciao. Love to the family. Love to everybody in Miranda.
Ciao, ciao. Bom fim de semana.
Ciao, ciao.
Portugal. There's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need